having a local economic development background and experience on the other previous life that I've worked for, so I had an interest when I worked in collaboration with other programs in my previous life on the execution of R61 in the section between Makusheni to Mzamba. By that time, I was working as an LED manager. So that's how my interest has grown in the sector. Now, I've joined SANRAL in 2018. And joining SANRAL in 2018, yes, I was not really looking at economic development, but the position that I am in, it's also including the SMME development, which is part of economic development. I mean, road construction in this type of work that I'm doing, it's part of economic development. It's not a very easy sector, I must be honest. It's really an interesting sector because it's dominated by male, and not just by male. It's a white-dominated sector. But for me, I haven't seen any obstacle of working with people from various or from diverse backgrounds. I always believe that if you work and you understand people from diverse backgrounds, and together we can achieve more. Hence, you find it that for me, it's not really difficult to break those barriers. We work together as a team, and we have to ensure that you remind everyone in this team that we are working together as a team. The fact that I'm a woman leading this male-dominated field, it doesn't mean that you don't have to stick to the principles. I'll suggest that women must capacitate themselves. They must not sit there and think that the opportunities, just because government has got the support for women and has got and also put it in the legislative framework that women must be supported. But for you to get the support as a woman, you just first need to capacitate yourself. Then once you develop your capacity as a person and as women needs to support each other. That's time for that woman emancipation and collaboration. Women need to work in collaboration and support each other. They must have their women associations in construction, which are very much key. And they must not just have those as a nice to have a sort of a platform, but they must engage, they must capacitate themselves, they must tap into the opportunities that are available. Because women sometimes, with my experience, I've noticed that women, they wait for the opportunities to come to them just because they know they've got the support through the government legislative pieces. But women must tap into those opportunities. They must look for information. They must keep on hustling. And other than hustling, women need to continuously develop that capacity, because things are changing, the legislative pieces are changing, the industry is gradually changing, but it is very much important for women, or for us, to ensure that we dominate the industry through collaboration, through capacity development. You experience some challenges, but what is very much important is to engage, is to be transparent, and also to have a thick skin, because it's not very easy. And I know dealing with men, it's not very easy, especially when you deal with men from various backgrounds. This program has ripple effects for the communities of the Wild Coast, and even SANRAL projects or programs have got ripple effects for the South Africans. But what I will encourage the stakeholders, especially government, local government, traditional leaders, women, and everyone else that is involved, people must play their role. They must not be confused and carried away by other things or by other sectors. When I say that, I mean that the political leadership, they must have that will to execute the policies that they have developed without stepping into the sector of other stakeholders or other key role players. And then the traditional leadership, their role is to ensure that the land is protected and the land for development is made available to government for such a development. And the traditional leadership, their role should not be they should not be stepping into the other sectors like your business or whatsoever. Same with the political leadership. And then the business stakeholders or the business fraternity must also look at the participation in SANRAL projects, especially now that we know that in all our projects we accommodated the businesses and we work with them as our key stakeholders to ensure that they participate. They participate because we have the 30% of the contract participation goal, which is the CPG, that is meant for the business to participate, but they must follow all these processes to ensure that they participate. In their participation, they must not expect that things will just be given to them without following the processes, or the opportunities will be given to them without following the processes. No, we should follow the processes, and the processes are in accordance with our policies. And then the communities must not get carried away by the opportunities that they're seeing. I understand that most communities, they want job opportunities, but they must position themselves to benefit in these programs that we are implementing. Positioning themselves, meaning that they must have that will, they must get a capacity, they must position themselves to receive the capacity development programs that we are implementing, the trainings that we are implementing in the area. So the people must receive those, and they must also tap into the opportunities that are there for them. They must apply when there are job opportunities, and then they will get such opportunities. Other than that, they must ensure that they protect this project for them to benefit. For me, Women's Month, generally with me, it means that it's a celebration for a Women's Month, but for me, it's not just the celebration. It's the reminder that says to us as women, that's time to motivate each other, that's time to encourage each other, that's time to support each other, to work in hand in glove, so that all what we want to see, we work together, and all what we want to achieve in terms of developing each other, in terms of developing the skills, in terms of information dissemination, that's what we have to be doing, other than the celebration that do not have the results at the end of the day. We must celebrate us as women. We must celebrate ourselves as women in the industry. We must celebrate ourselves by the fact that we are working in the space that is dominated by men. You know, for me, it's really exciting me to work with men. I may be a woman, I may work with men. Even sometimes when I'm in meetings with men or in a boardroom like full of men and I'm the only woman, I don't get intimidated. In fact, I get excited because I know that I stand for what I believe in, and I'm a woman. I should continue representing women irrespective of the space that I work in.